Welcome to the Two Curries and a Ranch podcast. I'm Jeff, the Ranch. I'm here with the two Curries, Nina and Rita. And today we're going to talk about the TV show that's become a global phenomenon, not just here in the West, but also in India, all around the world. We're going to talk about India a little bit later. But today we're talking about Heated Rivalry. And we're going to start off with the fact that, Nina, you have a great basement. It's finished, it's a walkout, and it's the kind of place that you can go to when you really need some privacy because your mom doesn't go down there because the stairs are too steep for her. But it's a great place to watch movies and TV by yourself for hours on end and have a lot of privacy.
You
Would have
mean
been the
watch
perfect place.
porn, Jeff?
It
Is
would
that
have
what
been
you're
the-
implying?
Can we not put that picture in my head of Nina actually?
I'm not.
No, it
I'm
would have
not.
been the
I
perfect
do
place.
not use it very
I don't
much.
need that. Listen, there's a lot of things that I can handle that are not too much TMI, right? I will say that there's a line of I don't need to know about Nina's porn watching habits.
I
That's
don't.
not-
I really no. I mean, to be really honest, I don't partake at all, hardly at all. So, I mean, that's just my confession. Go ahead, you guys can.
Rita, you don't seem to be convinced.
Listen, what she does in the privacy of her own basement, totally up to her. I'm thinking of the ocean and the waves, and I'm trying to wipe away from my head.
Okay, just to be clear, I have never watched porn in the basement. Okay.
All right, that makes me feel a little bit better about being in your
Go
basement.
on. Let's forget about this. Let's move on. Moving on.
Let's move back. Let's move back. So where did you end up watching it, Neen, if
I
you didn't
watched
watch
it in
it?
the living room on the
In the living room.
75-inch TV where my mom could, and I had a plan. Now, why I watched it there, I don't know. But I had a plan. If she came in, I would take the remote and shut it off and be like, I don't know what they're putting on TV these days. Because obviously it's very hot men having very hot sex. And she does not need to see that.
Do you actually think she would have seen what was on the TV and understood what was happening?
I mean, if she saw two naked bodies, she is a doctor. Okay?
But would she have been able to put all of the pieces together?
I don't think so. Because I
understand.
had my hand on the remote so that in case she showed up, I mean, the other night I told her I was having bad dreams and she's like, "Oh, you watch these very bad shows," and I'm like, how do you know what I am currently watching a murder show, but how does she know? She's like, you shouldn't watch those shows before you go to sleep. I'm like, I hate when you know things. Stop.
Did you ask her at all? What kind of shows do you think I'm watching?
No, because I was watching a murder show, and before that I watched two men having sex. So
Okay. Back to Heated Rivalry.
back to Heated Rivalry.
Okay, so you watch it on your 75-inch.
The
So
cinematic beauty
I
of
wanna
those
tell you
men
guys,
on the
though-
big screen. Let me just tell you, you could see them in all their glory.
Can I tell you the thing that I actually haven't told you guys before is that I watched all of it on my phone. So while you watched it on 75-inch TV, I watched it on 3.5 by
Oh, you missed
4.
a beautiful show, man.
I mean, listen, the cinematography actually I thought was really beautiful.
It really
Yes.
was.
They did things very tastefully. I think they were able to convey a lot of emotion. I thought they did a beautiful job. The camera angles, the character development, I thought they did great. So I don't feel like I actually missed that much on the phone. And we can talk about this some other time. I do think the only time that watching stuff on my phone was a detriment was when I watched Game of Thrones on my phone. That was horrible. That I shouldn't have done.
Okay.
But this, I mean, with the intimate, tight shots, with the way that they kind of portrayed it, I don't think I missed much.
I
Now,
don't think
did
you
I
missed
get?
anything. I mean,
Did
I
I
didn't
miss a
a goddamn
24-inch
thing on that.
bicep?
Huh?
Yes. Did I miss a 24-inch bicep? Yes. Yes, I missed that.
I wanna tell you, those biceps were clear on that TV. Biceps, triceps, whatever, man.
It's like works of art. It's like paintings. That's how you look at them, or how I look at them. Just
Hmm.
painting.
Okay.
Museum pieces, one would say. Michelangelo, David.
So aside from the museum pieces, what else did you think of the show, Nina?
Oh, the show, I
were,
thought
you,
I
were you
mean,
too busy looking at the museum pieces?
I really thought it was super intense. Like, I liked how intense their at first I was like, "Oh, this is all their whole thing is based on sex," and I'm, like, tired of it. But then, as it went on, I was like, "No, they're actually, like, falling in love,
Yeah.
and they have the really strong, passionate feelings for each other, and this isn't just about some random sex acts." So, at first I did I was a little bit like, "Okay, this is great," but, like, is their whole thing just based on, you
Is
know
that what lured you in? Is the love story of it?
yeah, because you know me, I'm a romantic. Yep.
Oh my god.
Mhm.
What lured you in? The hot sex?
Biceps, character development, storyline, the plot twists. I mean, I think that's
Mhm.
why it's become a phenomenon, right? Because we had been talking about who's watching the show, who's the audience of this show, right? So is it gay men? Is it straight women?
It's
Who's
both.
watching it? But as a straight man, Jeffrey, what did you think of it?
So I had three main things that I liked about the show. First off, I thought the sports scenes were done well. This was a show that was shot in 36 days, which
What?
you
Really?
can't
Shut the
shoot
front
most
door.
movies in 36 days.
Shut the front door.
So the
36
fact
days?
36 days, it's crazy.
God, wow.
But it would have been really easy in 36 days to skimp on the sports scenes, right? Just say we're just going to concentrate on the love stories and the character development and that kind of thing. I thought that between the shots on the ice during the games, but also the stuff behind the scenes, the award show stuff and the training stuff, I thought was done well, and I thought it helped make it feel more realistic. um, one of the things that I also liked was I feel like a lot of gay themed content is very inside baseball. For example, I have gay friends, but I don't have a sassy gay friend. I know they exist because I see them on TV and movies,
Oh, I have a
but
But that's
few.
I mean, but that's also the character, right? That, like,
right.
they've chosen. I feel like kind of they've put people in categories in a lot of different shows, right? You always have you have the straight husband that's the big galoot, right? You have the overbearing wife that's a control freak.
Hmm.
You have the sassy gay friend, right? You
Hmm.
have the very, butch lesbian, right? Like, I feel like shows have
Hmm.
done that, and I think that the way that they didn't do that made me appreciate this show even more, right? Like,
Right.
they
I
didn't
mean that was
show
I
people
mean I mean another example of that is a lot of times in gay themed TV shows and movies, you have that scene in the club where all the guys are dancing shirtless, right? I've never been to that club. So it's like you were saying earlier, Rita, I can appreciate good character development. I can appreciate a good story. But if I'm not emotionally
invested.
identifying with it, I'm
Yeah,
at a distance, right? And I
yeah.
think the way they did this show, they did it in a way where it concentrated more on longing, on first love, on these universal things that anybody could get into.
Mm.
Another small thing that I liked is that, and I read this after the fact, is Shane is on the spectrum, which I thought made sense after seeing the show because
Wait, the
there are
actor or the character?
no, the character, the character.
When did
The
they reveal that?
I watched a couple of interviews with both the guys, that play Shane and Ilya, Hudson Williams and Connor Story,
But they never
and they had
brought it
talked
up,
about
so why would it like, why is it a thing if they didn't bring it up? Like, or he was trying to display that?
The author of the books, because this whole series is based on a series of books, um, wrote Shane as autistic or on the spectrum, and
I did
Oh,
not
I
see
didn't
that.
catch
I did
that at
not catch
all.
I
that.
didn't when I was
No.
didn't when I was watching it, but then afterwards, when I was reading about some of the things that took place in the show, for example, one of the things that he does is he, fastidiously folds his clothes after they have sex one time, which is seen as a very kind of on the spectrum thing. When he first is drafted and he's next to Ilya and the other guy that were drafted in the top 3, and the other 2 are, holding up their jerseys and smiling. He doesn't know what to do at first, and then finally he just kind of plasters on a smile. Um, and then the scene, the big one that gets talked about online and on Reddit, and that is in the last episode where Shane and Ilya are with the parents and they're having lunch. And at one point, Shane just puts his head down because he just can't take everything that's going on. And, Ilya's got his hand on his shoulder and comforting him. That's seen as a very on the spectrum type of behavior there. It's very subtle, but after I read about it, I was like, yeah, this makes a lot of sense. And was another thing about this show that was done really well.
Okay, I have a random this does not relate to the show. Can I
When
say
do you
it
relate, Nina? When do you relate? Tell me this. When do we not tangent? Please continue. Tangent! Let's
I'm
go.
not okay. Um, I was folding my clothes today, and I r I don't fold my underwear, and one time a friend of mine asked me if a guy comes over and he opens your drawer and there's a bunch of underwear that's, like, just, like, thrown in there, does that turn you off? What do you think, Jeff? That's my question to you. I don't fold my underwear, I just throw it in the drawer.
Is it a turn off if you open somebody's drawer and their underwear is all helter skelter?
No,
One, why is anyone opening your underwear drawer? First
that
off,
was
I
my
mean,
first
let's say
question.
a guy, I'm in a relationship, and
why is
like, by
any
the
if it's
gods
your
that maybe that
underwear
hap
drawer
What?
if it's your underwear drawer, why is anyone in it? Whether you're in a relationship, live in or not,
I mean, people
there's no
poke
reason.
around in other people's stuff. I mean, that just happens, girl. I don't know what you talking about, but
No.
that goes on. I don't know, like, what land you're living in, but people open up other people's drawers all the time. I went to your house and opened up your desk drawer for no apparent reason. Don't you
What is
remember
that? What is that?
I
We're
don't
hanging
know. I
out in
don't
my
know why I
study
did it.
room,
I wasn't
and
even looking for
this
anything.
lady is just opening my drawers. What are you
I
doing?
opened
What
one
are you
drawer. I
doing?
have no idea why I did that. I wasn't snooping, I swear to God. I was just like, I was bored and I was like, I'll open the drawer."
What did you find?
Nothing. It was the most boring, like, bunch of papers. And
Because she was in my study room. Well, all of my drawers are pretty boring. But the one that she was at was in my study room, and it has, like, literally papers, a couple of stickers, an old driver's license.
I'm not
My
like your safe. Can we talk
No, this is not the episode to talk about my safe.
wanna get into it?
We have yet to talk about what else are we talking about with this show? I'm gonna bring us lasso us back from this tangent of underwear drawers because
I told you I was
okay,
going on a tangent. I didn't even know if it was appropriate, but I was
that's
just
fine. We tangent. That's what we do. I'm gonna lasso us back.
to
I mean,
Heated Rivalry. All right.
back to
I
Heated Rivalry.
really liked the other story too, the, other couple. I
I
don't
Scott and
remember
Kip.
wanted
their name.
more of that,
Oh,
actually.
interesting.
I
I
really liked that.
I
I
couldn't get
thought
into that one.
I thought it was just very well done. Like, the fact that he kept going to the cafe, getting those whatever
the bobas
juices,
or
Yeah.
the shakes.
the shakes, and then, I thought it was really well done. I thought it was a great character development, and, I liked it.
Mm,
Kip is living with his dad already, right? So he's already got a place to live. You assume he's helping with the bills somewhat. or maybe
Well,
all of them.
he
So
works
I'm just, it
at
was
a
kind of like,
No,
okay,
I
fast
now
mean,
now
yeah.
all now all of a sudden you've seen this guy 3 times at the place where you work, and now you're moving in with them. It was like,
And see, I
I
don't
don't
know.
know.
I feel like American culture would make that more not pliable. Oh my god, my brain has stopped. It makes it more possible because in I feel like in American culture, people aren't they don't wanna be with their parents. They don't wanna be living with their parents, right? Like, they
Hmm.
wanna be living on their own. So or with their significant other or with another or whatever, right? I guess the way that I pictured it was he's working at a cafe, which is great and fine, and he pulls in however much money he pulls in, and he has another catering job, and he's living with his dad, but he's doing that not to help his dad, but to, like, save some money, right? To
Hmm.
whatever city
Hmm.
they're supposed to be living in. It's Boston, right? Like, stuff is super is it Boston?
I think it's New York.
Oh, is it New Oh, yeah, yeah, it's New York. So, I mean, stuff's really expensive. He can't afford a place on his own because of all these other things, right? So, for him to move in with a boy on day 7 or 12 or 13 or whatever of them meeting doesn't seem so out of pocket because to me, in American culture, you're trying to get out of your parents' house as quickly as possible.
I was just gonna say, I live with my mom, okay? And if some guy 12 days later was like, "Move in with me, I'm a millionaire," I might say yes. And I'm not ashamed to admit that. I am not ashamed
She
to
ain't
admit that
wrong.
12 days
She
later.
Hmm.
ain't wrong.
Yeah.
Huh?
Okay, so because I kind of took it the other way. I took it like if I fell head over heels for a woman and I was like, "Come move in with me," I felt like she would say, "Hold on, buddy, I just met you." But you're saying not necessarily the case.
I just it's very dependent on very many factors,
Oh
very
yeah,
many
definitely,
factors.
definitely. But
And
Yeah,
I kind
like,
of felt like I
that
kind of
wasn't
felt.
the part of the relationship that had me questioning
Mm,
things, right? I wanted more out of that. I wanted more
I did too.
time with that couple
Mhm. Yeah, I
to
did
see
too.
how their relationship was, right? Like, it felt like at some point that they added that not for Mirch Masala, but, like, for so that it wasn't so one-pointed on Ilya and Shane, and try to expand the thought that there are other folks that are gay, and there are different stories within that particular community, and we're just gonna show you a quick glimpse of what that could look like in other places, and that's what it felt like to me, but I think I would've liked to see a little bit more of how they dealt
I
with
actually thought they were characters were pretty good too, like
I thought they
mm.
were really good characters, yeah.
yeah.
Well, there is going to be a season 2,
Oh,
so
yes! That's amazing.
we may see more of Scott and Kip. I just want to say one other thing before we move on to something else. So yeah, like I was saying, I watched a couple of interviews with the two guys who play Ilya and Shane, Connor Story and Hudson Williams, and one of the things that really struck me is that Connor's story is completely different in real life than Ilya. He's this really fun-loving guy from Texas, you know?
Wait,
And if you would
Ilya
if
is a guy from Tech he's not even Russian?
yes. No.
How did he get
And that
that
and that's what I was gonna say. That's how good this acting job is, right? If you would have told me this guy had been in a couple of
Girl,
shows in
shut
Russia,
up.
I do not believe that.
Girl,
He's just fluent
shut
in Russian? He
I'm
must be
telling you,
fluent in Russian.
go to yes, well, he learned it for the show.
Are
He learned it for the
you
show.
kidding me?
I'm telling you, go on YouTube and
No.
watch a couple
He
interviews.
got
You will
the
be shocked.
accent for the show? Oh, dude, that is some brilliant acting.
that's
That's
brilliance.
brill
And
That's
that's what I
That's
Oscar
brilliance.
award-winning acting.
And that's what I was gonna say. I mean, it's not just the accent; it's the way that he really embodies Ilya. You
Absolutely.
believe
Well,
that
you
this is who this guy
absolutely,
is.
totally thought but not it and I know this is also gonna sound crazy, but it felt like even in the way that he moved, right? Like, the way that
Yes,
the actor moved in his body off of the ice, right? Like,
yes,
that to me sold it.
yep, yep,
I
exactly.
completely bought the fact that that man was Russian and that he was a native and he was from Russia. I definitely thought the guy was
Holy
actually
Christmas.
Yeah.
That is amazing. That's
So
amazing.
I'm really I mean, the acting in this show is good down the line, right? I mean, Hudson Williams, who plays Shane, is good. Dylan Walsh is in it, who played Shane's dad. He's been in a bunch of things. But I'm really intrigued to see where Connor Story's career is going to go because I'm with you. I could see an Oscar in his future. I think he's that good.
His
And
name is such like, Connor? Sachime?
yeah,
Like, this is a Connor?
yeah, yeah.
Oh,
So
yeah,
I'm
no.
really intrigued to see what happens, what projects his agent gets him next, and where he goes because yeah, like you
Oh,
both
he
are
could
saying, that
explode
was a
off
brilliant
of
performance.
absolutely, that was a brilliant performance. I completely
Yeah,
100%
Yeah.
agree.
yeah. So we touched on this a little bit, but this show is popular with gay men. Not a surprise. They're the target audience. The creator of the show is gay. But the reason it's a phenomenon is straight women. Straight women have gone wild for this show. Why do you both think this is?
Bunch of hot men getting it on.
Did we start with that? Did you hear the conversation about the bicep? I don't know if you heard that.
I mean, it's a bunch of hot men, like,
Heard a little bit of it.
Yeah.
and they're, like, sensitive and,
And
whatever.
and as Nina is saying, right, like, Nina's the girly girl of us, of like, "It's the love story,"
It's the
right?
love story, though. It is the love
Uh,
story.
right, it's the love story.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the same reason that Bridgerton is as popular as it is, right? Like, it's this
Unrequited.
fantastical everybody yeah, not unrequited, but, like, it's, against all odds, they end up together
Yeah.
or,
Yeah.
they've gone through all this adversity and, like, they still their love is so pure kind of stuff, right? That I think most s like, stereotypically, I think women enjoy that.
Mhm.
It was
Yeah.
very
Yeah.
dramatic. There's a lot of drama, you know? It's like a
Mhm.
soap opera with gay characters, you know?
Mm. Mhm.
I didn't feel like it was soap opera-y though,
Not
Nina.
in a
Like,
bad way.
please don't
I
say that.
mean,
Like, don't reduce
Mhm.
it to
yeah,
that.
no, I
Yeah.
I I take that back. I would say it was a a drama
It
that
was
y
yeah, it was
yeah,
dramatic,
it
I
was
would agree, but
dramatic, yeah.
it was I think all the subtle things that we talked about earlier, right? Like, the camera placements, the lighting, all those things really kind of capture your imagination in really subtle, small ways. But, the opening couple half an hour of them in the shower doesn't hurt.
Yeah, and,
Hey.
seeing out on the big screen did not hurt me a bit.
Yeah, I was doing the straight guy thing whenever the sex scenes were going on or whenever there'd be any shots of them barely wearing anything or shirtless where I would think, I could look like them. I just have to
You
go to the
could.
gym. In
Yeah,
fact, I'm gonna
Totally,
look better than them because I'm gonna start going to the gym, and then have I been to the
totally,
absolutely.
gym this year? No, I haven't.
absolutely,
So
No,
absolutely.
absolutely, you
so,
could absolutely look like them, Jeffrey.
I
And
We
we
believe in
think
you.
to ourselves, "We could get a
Rita, I
guy
could
like
pull a
that."
hamstring bending over right now and picking up a pen. I don't think I'm ever gonna look like them, but I could try.
Well, the straight women are thinking to themselves, "I could get a guy like that. I could get a guy
Oh.
like that." I mean,
Hmm.
Okay.
not really, but, in
Nobody
my
you
dream
know, that
in
thought
my
did not
dreams
even come close to my universe.
in my dreams, I could get a guy like that, like, "Your guy is pretty hot, Rita," so I wouldn't even go there. He's got
I
some
mean, is
nice
he a cutie pie?
and he's built really well, so I don't know what you talking about, okay? He's a cutie pie.
Shout out to Rita's guy. So heated rivalry is a phenomenon in India, and
That's great.
I hate to sound like the ignorant white guy here, but the perception a lot of people have of India is that it's very traditional and to an
It is.
extent very religious. So
It
does
is.
it surprise you that it's as popular there as it is everywhere else in the world?
Yes.
Yes,
Mm.
absolutely, without
It
a question,
shocks me that,
it
like, the
shocks me.
general public is actually engaging in something like this, and I think that's a forward step in that society.
I mean, I feel like India has changed a lot, especially in the last number of years. I think people that have now a lot more disposable income, a lot more access to the outside world. Obviously, there's a lot of multinational companies that are there, so there's a lot more. I'll call them what our families call Western ideas coming into India, but
Also, the gay community is not all under wraps as much as they were before. They were in
you know,
hiding.
they were in hiding.
Mm,
But
It was
mm.
illegal till very recently to be
Oh, wow.
gay
yeah.
in,
Wow.
India.
Absolutely. And I mean, I feel like society has changed enough. And I think Nina and I have grown up in what what society our parents brought from India, right? They brought 1970s India with them. So our viewpoint of India is also 1970s India, right? So we also haven't, quote unquote, changed our view of what we think of Indian society, right? Like I just recently went to India and I hung out with my cousins and their kids, quite frankly, who are, 25 to 30-year-old. My family lives in Agra, which is a medium-sized town just south of New Delhi, and we went out to dinner to a beautiful club, and they had signature cocktails, and they had great food and great music, and I was floored. And my cousin's kids were like, "What do you think we are? Do you think we live in the farms? Do you think we live out in the podunks? Like, we have clubs, we have all these beautiful places, and we have a culture that's very close to what we have here." And with that new knowledge or new perspective of India, I'm pleasantly surprised that it is a phenomenon and that people are watching it, right? Like,
Hmm.
it makes me really happy that people, and I don't know, I'd love to see the demographics of who is, quote, unquote,
Oh,
"making this big"
good
in
point.
India.
Yeah.
It can't be. Yes, there's 1,000,000,000 people, but I don't know that 11% of 1,000,000,000 people are gonna make a phenomenon of this in terms of, like, if it's only the gay people that are watching it.
True,
Right.
true.
I don't know that your average housewife in Indore is gonna be pulling this up on her screen, but,
But maybe
you
we
know,
don't know the average housewife
maybe we don't
in
know the
Indore.
average wife, right?
Well, what's interesting, you talked about our parents, like, my dad actually asked me one time, he said, like, um why are they stopping gay people from getting married? And I was really surprised to hear that from him. And my
Hmm.
mom too, uh, she was watching a movie about, like, a revolution of the transgender folks in India and how they were kind of, like, standing up for themselves, and she was like, "Good, they deserve some respect." And I was really proud of both of them because they grew up in a very, very conservative culture, and for them to open their own minds, I mean, they have lived in America for 50 years, but that doesn't necessarily open anybody's mind. So,
All right. Well, any parting thoughts on Heated Rivalry until before we wrap up for today?
I, renewed my appreciation for sports. It renewed my appreciation for sports, and I think I missed a little bit of, like, "Oh, I used to watch a lot of hockey games. Why don't I do that as much?
Hmm.
Why don't I
Hmm.
watch as much, football or whatever?" And not that it's football season, I understand that, but, um, I used to spend a lot more time watching sports, and maybe it's time for me to get back into that a little bit.
Hmm.
well,
Hmm.
I, as you both know, don't care or don't participate in sports, but I was actually interested in the sporting scenes. So that's kind of different and new, and opened my eyes to the fact that sports can actually be interesting. So, voila.
Nice.
I'm impressed,
Nice.
Nina. Growth.
So
Wow.
Yeah.
the next time I'm out there, we go into Buffalo Wild Wings and sitting down for 6 hours and watching a couple games.
How about we just take her to a game? Like,
Oh, even better.
why don't we
That
go
sounds
to a
Oh,
game?
great.
that's I don't know about that. I don't know about going to a game, but
I mean, maybe we won't invest, the zillions of dollars that it takes to go to a Red Wings game, but maybe if there's there's something else that's a little lower stakes, we can try that out.
Yeah,
Right.
we'll have to see. We'll have to see what's going on.
If you
We'll
tell
give you
me
some.
two lovers who are rivals are playing, it's totally different than if the Red Wings are playing against freaking Canada.
Oh my God, Jeffrey, we'll just make a plan. And she just said the Red
Okay, that
Wings
sounds good.
versus Canada.
Yes, I caught that
What's
too.
wrong with the Red
So-
Wings versus Canada? Do they not play against each other?
Canada isn't a team unless it's in the Olympics, Nina.
Canada doesn't have a hockey team?
They have many hockey teams.
Yeah.
They're not, as a country, they don't have a hockey team
Oh, I
unless it's in
know
the
that,
Olympics.
but I just meant it
No, you said Red
metaphorically.
Wings versus Canada. Okay. That doesn't make any sense.
Also, my parting thought is maybe I should fold my underwear after just like Shane did in Heated Rivalry, because it's something to do when one is nervous.
Again, the
See,
growth you're displaying, Nina, is astounding to me.
and you brilliantly brought it all the way back to the beginning. Full
All the
circle
way
here.
back.
All the way back,
Fantastic.
all the way back.
All right. Well, before we close out, I just want to mention one other thing to our listeners, which is that so far you have seen a lot of social media clips of Nina
God.
because the AI that we're using to generate these clips loves Nina.
Oh my
But
God, stop it.
but we're gonna try. We're gonna try and see if we can get some clips of Rita and myself, so it's not all Nina all the time.
It's not okay. I want to make it clear to everyone listening that I am not choosing these clips. I don't know, have anything to do with them. I don't know how to use a computer. So it's not me promoting myself. And I think I look like a jackass as a cartoon, too. So there's that. Like, I'd rather the focus be on somebody else.
I'm waiting to see kind of what I look like as a cartoon too, but I'm actually really scared. Like really scared. Because I know I have a lot of facial expressions that our listeners don't get to hear. And I'm really afraid of what the AI is gonna do with
The
my
AI,
face.
my head is always up in the air like this. Like, what's up with that? Why is my head up here like all the time?
I don't get that either. I
I
don't know
don't
why
think
it's
I'm
doing
doing that. Like, I swear. Like, it's ridiculous.
We're still trying to figure all this out, but we appreciate everybody who's listening. Please review and subscribe wherever you get your podcast, and please tune in next time for another episode of Two Curries and a Ranch.